I am getting ready to head out and meet my friend Jack Haryu from Atlantis Water Garden. Him and I received a lead for a recreation pond in Norwell, Mass. So we are going to collaborate on this pond. Not only are Jack and I going to be working together, but we're going to bring our crews too, which will be really fun because then our crews will get to know each other also. But it's going to be a fun build. It's a really decent sized recreation pond. It's going to have some cool elements. I'm not going to tell all of it to you because you're just going to have to follow along and see what we create.
Hey everybody, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today I am in Massachusetts for a 3-week project with this man right here, Alan Decker from Decker's Pondscapes. We are teaming up to do an epic recreation pond.
So every job has its challenges, right? So we have a tight area and a tight access point. So basically what we're gonna have to do is start way up in here on top. So we got 2 wetlands that are gonna come in here. Reason being for 2 wetlands is we don't have enough room for the right size one for this pond up on there. So over on this side, we're gonna create another wetland over here. So you can have one up on top by the beach area. We're gonna have one over here with a whole interactive pathway and slab steps to transition back down in. One of the cool things about this project also is that it's going to have this infinity edge over here. So that pool is just going to look super, or that pond is going to look super crisp coming across the top, and then it's going to drop off into a waterfall into our holding area, which we call a reverse wetland. What that's going to allow us to do is just have a huge storage area down here on the bottom. It's going to be the suction for our pumps, any debris and stuff from the falling leaves on these trees, anything that gets in there, it's going to be down here on the maintenance. It's going to be down here on the end, which is going to be easy for maintenance. One of the other cool elements is there's going to be a fire pit on top of that basin so you don't really see it, and a patio area. So it's a good size area, it's a good size pond. It's going to be like 33 by 55 roughly, 7 feet deep. So we got some work to do. We actually, today is Thursday, and on Monday we got a whole bunch of rock coming in and getting delivered. So we're gonna have to be able to have places to stage it. So Jack and I came in early before our cruise so we could kind of get all this prepped and ready for a liner. And over here, let me show you what I was talking about up in here. So see, up in here, we got enough room for an 8 by 15 wetland, but it's not big enough for this whole pond. So that's why we're doing 2. So we're gonna have to bring the second one back over in this area. It'll actually look a lot better. It's going to be aesthetically, it's going to be super cool having another waterfall alongside of it, alongside of the infinity edge. Okay, so the next phase is going to be dig out the wetland, and the reason we have to dig out the wetland now and not after is because our access is pretty tight in here. We have a house on one side, we have a high retaining wall on the other, which we've leveled the soil with, so we pack this soil in. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to mark out the bog. This one, bog or wetland, I guess a more common name would be a wetland. So the wetland is, this particular one is going to be 8 by 15. Just one wetland isn't big enough for this project, so we're going to have 2. So the other one's going to be a 15 by 20. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this one out. We're going to get digging it because this is pretty much the lifeline of the pond. We got to make sure that we're at the right depths for this wetland in order to help filter this pond. so now this really starts to put the wetland into perspective. The reason we're going so deep, so this is about anywhere from 42 to 44 inches. The reason for that is we're gonna have a small aqua block in there, which is 9 inches. The rest of that we are gonna make up with 3 different gradations of gravel for the filtration component. And then we still wanna have a few inches of water on the surface, so when you're looking at it from the house over in there, you can see water coming out of there and it doesn't just look like a dry stream bed, right? We want to have water in there. We want to have it scooting back around into where that waterfall is going to be. It is very important to have the right amount of gravel in here. You can't skimp on a filter, especially a wetland filter. So our constructed wetland is one step closer to being finished. So we got the whole thing all dug out, it's flattened out. We got all the area for the snorkel and centipede. The bad news is we don't have our materials yet. They were supposed to show up this morning. Driver couldn't make it, so they will be here tomorrow morning. So what we'll do after this stage, we got it all dug out. We're gonna do rock pad, liner, underlayment, snorkel, centipede, aqua blocks, and then the gradations of gravel. That'll all be happening tomorrow. So by tomorrow afternoon, this whole wetland area is going to be completely done and finished up, except for setting boulders, of course. But as far as getting all set in there with the aqua blocks and some gradations of gravel, and then we're going to be waiting for the boulders to show up on Monday so we can rock this in. And then right now, Jack is over here shaping up a shelf so we can carve in our wear for the waterfall area, which is going to kind of come down and be a nice, cool little interactive waterfall for the kids over in this beach area over here. So we got a little bit more cleanup on this here to do. And then tomorrow we'll be able to put it together. All right, so I just got a call from the truck driver. The truck that was supposed to show up yesterday morning is actually showing up this morning. Thank God, because we need those pond supplies. We are ready for our liners and underlayments, and it's all on this truck. So the interesting part's going to be is we're going to try and get a tractor trailer and a residential driveway. Might be a little tight. Power lines look a little low, but you know what? We got to give it a shot because it's about 13 to 14 pallets of supplies, and this is a long driveway. So, you know, we're always up for a challenge. Let's see if we can get this tractor trailer in here. He's a lot longer than we anticipated when he came, but he had no problem getting up in here. But trying to turn 70 feet around in a residential property, not easy. All right, so we got our trench all dug out all the way through here for our snorkel centipede modules. We've double checked it. We got them right there. We want to dry fit them to make sure. Realistically, when you're using rock pad and you got liner and stuff drooped in there, you probably should be, they're 10.5 inches high. So I went 12 inches because I know by the time I get done with that extra underlayment between underneath the liner and over the liner that we're going to be about 12 inches. So you might better just go ahead, dig it 12 inches, and they're 67 inches long. So we got 2 centipede modules in this particular wetland. So you want to make sure, just go the extra, dig 140 inches plus your snorkel and centipede on the end. You got to remember that that snorkel has a foot on it. So we want to make sure that that is deep enough also. All right, so this is an aqua block. It's part of our wetland construction. It is actually going over top of the centipede modules. This is just like a huge filter. It actually has all these areas for beneficial bacteria to colonize on, and it helps clarify your water. And then we'll have the 3 different gradations of gravel that go above that. And this is the small aqua block. It's 9 inches by 16 inches, and it's extremely sturdy when it is constructed properly. Day 4. You guys excited?
Oh yeah.
How about you, Charlie? Excited?
Oh, I'm thrilled to death.
We got a lot to get done today. It's really only the 2nd day of setting rock though, so we'll see what we get done today. Better follow along. Well, that is end of week 1. We had a great week. We got a ton accomplished. We got the whole pond rocked up here. Monday morning, we're gonna have to start our reverse wetland and our other wetland, which hopefully we'll have both of those in by Monday. But I just gotta show you all we got accomplished. Both the Deckers team and the Atlantis team killed it last week. We probably got over 100 and some ton of boulders set, but because we're all well versed in pond building, it went very, very well. But another week to come. We'll check back in with you Monday. A lot of cool things yet to happen. This is one of my favorite parts, is we have this huge jump rock in here that we set. And then we got all these big boulders all throughout here. This particular area right through here, this is where our infinity edge is gonna start, and it's gonna go over that backside towards that patio and fire pit. But look at the size of the boulders in here. It's just incredible. That one right there is over 7 feet tall. And then of course, we have these other guys that we are in here that are all of 5 feet tall, but that's really what it takes to come vertical when you're going 7 feet. And structurally, we build out a little bit, shelf back, and then come back up. We got some cool rocks cantilevered over there. This is one of my favorite ones. Normally, we wouldn't stand up something like that, but the way it has this cool angle right in there, we just thought it would be awesome to nestle these other rocks we had in there and then put this huge jump rock down in there. So when you come around, you know, you can kind of have your hand on that point. You could swim up and grab it. It's gonna be super fun for all the kids. There's a little bit of slate work that went in between those big boulders just to kind of break things up a little bit. And then let's check out that beach area up on top, because this is all of the stuff that we accomplished in only 5 short days. So the other thing we accomplished is this whole beach area up on top here. Got these cool little waterfalls for the kids to interact with, and right over in here, this particular one, they're gonna be able to stand under and be able to kind of get wet, which I think is gonna be pretty cool in its own. So this beach area is gonna go to a different gradation of gravel, gonna be more like a pea stone, so it's a lot easier to walk on in your feet. It's gonna probably be about 3 to 4 inches thick on that, just to create that nice soft bed to walk on. We got all these cool delineation boulders is what we're calling them, because it's gonna kind of give a barrier before the kids hit that really deep 7-foot area, because they're young, and it'll just kind of give them a warning track. And all this up in here is set. The jets are in, all plumbed up. First thing Monday morning, Jason and a couple guys are gonna button up the upper wetland, because we have to tuck all those edges yet. So that's one of the things that's gonna get done right away on Monday. And Jack and I and a couple other guys are gonna start on that reverse wetland, which is gonna be going way over here on this side. Show you. And this is that infinity edge, and it's gonna drop off and go that way. So down in this area is where our reverse wetland's gonna be. We have one more wetland over here, and it's gonna be super cool because there's gonna be all kinds of waterfalls over there. We got some slab steps going in to be interactive. Then down below that, on the reverse wetland, is gonna be the patio, which is gonna be super cool. All right, so it is Monday morning on week 2, 5 days last week, and we accomplished a ton. I mean, how do you think it went last week, Jay?
I think it went great. We had set a goal to get the pond all rocked at the end of the week, and we not only did we get it rocked, we got edges tucked, we rocked the wetland. I think we did awesome.
I think the two teams worked really well together, and what's cool is that Zach, our new guy, his first week, and he's building a huge recreation pond out of town.
Yeah, and he's picking up on stuff well.
Yeah, so it's good. Both our teams are doing excellent. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to another great week.
Yeah, me too.
So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the
like button, bell. Sorry, ding ding.
ding.
I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
Great.
All right, we're gonna get to work. I hope you guys follow along. We'll give you progress at the end of Monday, week 2.
Me too.
Peace out.